Hi everybody, this is I'm Jim Simcoe, and I'm here with Ryan Burk of In and Out Investments.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good to see you. Glad we got to spend some time together. One of the reasons we wanted to shoot is we want to talk a little bit about Ryan's business. Ryan runs a real estate company with his beautiful wife Shannon, and they work on investment properties all over the country. Correct?
Yep, all over the country.
And you recently, about a year ago, changed your business from being a wholesaler into being a green wholesaler. Can you tell everyone about that a little bit?
Exactly. Yeah, we were just like everyone else in the marketplace. There's a million of us. We purchase properties from the bank, we rehab them, we put tenants in them, and then we offer them to investors at wholesale cost.
Gotcha.
And like I said, there's a million of us out there doing
Right.
And we met up with you.
Right.
And we decided to green up our business and green up our projects.
Right.
And in return, we've turned ourselves into greenhabbers.
Right.
We've done several projects over the last year and a half. And it's been revolutionary business.
Right.
It's unbelievable.
What Ryan is not telling you is they were the first company to do this in America. They were actually written up in a business journal over a year ago, and we sort of coined the term greenhabbing together. No one had really heard of it before, and that they were the first company to do this. Anyone in the company. So, can you give us an example? We talked. We've done. How many properties have you greenhabbed so far? We've done it. I've sort of lost track.
Oh, man, we've done probably at least 50 together.
50. Okay, yeah, that's true. Give us an example, just for the people who are watching. Let's walk through one property. So, Hazleton comes to mind. Tell us a little bit about the property and what the difference was when you greenhabbed it versus if you were just going to wholesale it and just fix it up and flip it.
Well, basically, just starting from the very beginning of it. I mean, Hazleton, we had a competitive advantage on to begin with the asset manager at the bank, just because we are greenhabbers, and that's one thing that we found is it's been a lot easier for us to acquire our properties because everyone wants to kind of be part of that movement now and say they played some factor. Right.
And I know that, not to interrupt, but I know that on a couple properties when you had, we're submitting offers and there are 20 other offers on the table, a lot of times your offer will get accepted.
Exactly.
Largely because it was going to be a green project, right?
Exactly. So we acquired the property, and from there what we do is once we acquire the property, we tie it up, and we have our inspection period. We have our contractor go in and give us a bid on what it's going to cost to greenhab the property. Our contractor is completely educated on the green process. That's something that we had to educate them on, and that's something that everyone else is going to have to do. But once you do get them educated, it's awesome because they just continuously do the same things to every single property. So we got the greenhab, and then from there we researched the materials that we were going to use. We use a lot of eco-friendly materials. We use zero toxin paints, stains, stuff like that. And then from there, once we realized, okay, the numbers work, we're going to do this. We closed on the property. Then we had a thermal image audit done. Which basically is kind of like an X-ray of the house, in essence, I guess, right?
Right. And an energy audit, like Ryan's talking about, is when you go in with a thermal camera, take pictures of everything, and it shows you where all the different air gaps are and all the different issues within a house. We do that on all the properties we've done together, and it's an invaluable thing. We get a rebate on the state on doing it, but it's an invaluable thing to do as an investor because you know where all the problem areas are.
Definitely. And so then from there, what we do is we perform the greenhab. And like I said, it's really easy now at this point because our contractors know exactly what to do. And they get it done really quick. And then from there, we tenant the property. And that's one thing that has really helped us out as well, is the fact that we have no competition amongst tenants right now. Because, again, our property managers are educated on how to sell our green properties. And the tenants are saving 20 to 30% a month in utility costs. So that's big. They love that. So that's been really big. We tenant the property. We have no competition there. And then another thing is our tenants never want to move out. We're starting to find out they just want to keep renewing their lease, which is a cool thing.
And on Hazleton, what was the average market rent in that area? Not Hazleton, but what was the average market rent in the area?
In that specific area, for that specific type of house, it was a 3-bedroom, 1-bath brick bungalow, and market rent was $800, and we actually got $900 a month. So we got an extra $100 in rents for that specific property, which all you investors out there, an additional $1,200 a year is going to up your return dramatically.
And did it take longer to rent that house? About the same, or was it a little bit shorter?
It was actually it was really quick, and this was kind of the weird thing was that that time of year where we were specifically working, and we were working in Michigan on this specific project,
Right.
it's freezing cold. So generally, a tenanting process isn't really that quick that time of year because people don't leave their house.
Sure.
Basically.
Ever. Why would you?
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, so we were able to tenant the property very, very quick. And what was nice was that our specific investor was expecting $800 a month. That's what we told her that we'd be able to get.
Right.
And of course, once we got $900 a month,
She's probably pretty excited.
Yeah, she's very excited.
I bet.
She's
Any
very
investor.
excited.
And would you say, on average, of the 50 houses that we've done, are most of the rents higher than what the market average is?
Definitely, most of the rents are higher. We demand 10% more in our rents before we even put it on the market. So as we market it, we find out what the market rents are, and then we'll add the additional 10%, and then we sell the green features. Because again, there's a lot of people out there that are looking for these homes,
Sure.
and there's people that do green retrofits for their homes and they don't advertise it.
Right.
Something I don't understand.
Right,
either,
I don't understand either. And I think the key point when you and I first sat down and talked about this is that, correct me if I'm wrong, but most of these people who are renting these homes, they don't necessarily care that it's green. They care that it's healthier environment, and they care that they're going to save $100 a month on their utility bills or whatever they're going to save. The fact that it's good for the planet and the polar bears is not a factor. Is that pretty accurate statement?
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, we like it. You and I like it because we're big proponents of saving the environment, but our tenants, in the past, really, it's not an issue for them.
Yeah, it's not an issue, and that they just really like the fact that they're saving 20 to 30% a month, especially in a place like, again, I'll go back to Michigan, the Hazelton project. I mean, in the Midwest during the wintertime, your heating bill can be $300-400 a month.
Yeah.
And you reduce that by 30%.
That's pretty nice.
That's a significant.
That's $90 a month that you're not spending on heating. So
that's huge.
It's pretty sweet.
That's huge. So, we can get an additional $80 per month in rent, or an additional $90 a month in rent by saving someone an additional $500 a year.
Sure, it makes sense.
So.
And on all these properties that we've done, let's talk a little bit about the rehab cost.
Okay.
What is it? Before we started doing this stuff together, what was it typically costing you for a project, and then what is it costing you now in terms of the rehab costs? Because I know you're getting rebates and that sort of thing back. So what's your savings there?
Well, first off, you taught me to be a tree-hugging capitalist. So
Mine's my best student.
So don't go crazy and green everything up in the house. I mean, you could really spend as much money as you wanted from an emotional standpoint.
Right.